Hello and welcome to this short video on NLP for sports performance. My name is Peter Lewis and I run a training company called Blue Hat NLP Training. And I just want to spend a few moments really to talk about how NLP has helped me with my sporting activities and how it can help you and how you can help others with theirs. Now, I'm no sort of great sporting superstar like this chap behind me, but I've been involved in sports from a very young age. I've always been particularly active. But it was only when I really discovered NLP that I understood how the mental side of sports performance was so important. You know, we've seen it in many people in various sports, how the very best on a physical level are only separated by what goes on in here. And NLP is a great way of understanding how to get the best out of your mind for your sporting performance. And one of my most proudest sort of sporting performances really is in the sport of triathlon. And as you can see here, I'm wearing my Ironman Finishers shirt. Now, this is the first Ironman Finishers shirt I got. I took up triathlon sort of about 10 years ago or so, and very quickly got into Ironman racing, which, if you don't understand what it is, it's just big distances and takes a long time. And for many people, they see an Ironman triathlon as one of the sort of hardest sort of physical endeavors. But there's many more out there. I'm very proud of this t-shirt, and this is my first, but now I've got about 15. So I've done, this count, 15 Ironman triathlons. And when your physical abilities can only take you so far, it's your mental ability that really sort of carries you across the finish line. And I've found many ways that I've used NLP in my own sporting sort of endeavors to get me through some of the real sort of tough and low points of endurance racing. But you don't have to be an endurance runner or Ironman triathlete to understand how NLP can help you. If you can really take control of your emotional state and your sort of mental state when you're feeling really quite down, you can tap into this reserve of energy and performance like no other. And learning how to do that is a skill that NLP can kind of bring into your consciousness. Just from very tiny little strategies you can do to sort of keep your mental peak performance up, or just your enjoyment of a sport when you're in it, to how to respond to feedback, how to respond to failure. NLP is a great set of tools and skills in order to take past performance and increase that performance going forward. So, if you're a coach, can you imagine, a personal trainer, how important or how useful it would be as a skill set to teach your clients or to teach your athletes the mental side of sporting performance, not just the physical, because as we know, it's that mental side that kind of separates people from the physically good to the actually sporting excellent. So things like NLP can offer modeling. How do others do it? What is it that the greatest sports people, men and women, do that we can model and kind of adopt for ourselves? It's a great one for getting in the right mental and emotional state. If you have good performance, you can anchor that sort of feeling, if you like, so you can almost step into the zone of peak performance by using NLP anchors. There's great sort of feedback loops and mechanisms where you can sort of test and operate and adjust your behavior in sporting terms. If you're a coach, again, you can use NLP to coach and bring out the best in those that you work with. If you're a sports therapist, a personal trainer, getting people motivated to achieve their goals, NLP is a useful skill set there. So whilst you don't have to be involved in triathlon and do all that kind of stuff, it might be football, it might be tennis, it might be eventing, who knows what it might be for you, NLP has something to offer every sportsman or woman. And without it, I can safely say that I wouldn't have achieved 15 finishes in the sort of top 25% of my field if it wasn't down to some of the very simple NLP strategies that I use for me when I'm competing. So have a think about how NLP might be able to help you. If you're coming at it from the sporting point of view, it's absolutely fascinating. It can add to your skills, or it can just raise your performance on a personal level. It certainly worked for me. So go find out how NLP for sporting performance can help you.